Hey, everybody. This is Celeste Payne, founder of the Geaux Girlz Network, and I am excited to have one of my dear friends with me today. What I'm going to do before I bring her on is I want to tell you a little bit about the Geaux Girlz Network. The Geaux Girlz Network is a network for women in business, women who are trying to branch out and connect. Our goals are for women to be able to network, to shop, and to grow. And we network by becoming a part of this online directory that allows us to also shop with one another as well as allows us to grow together because there are different events and items that we have available, resources to help you grow your business. So I want to invite you to jump on over to GoGirls.com. Here's our site. I'll show you a couple of the ladies that are in our membership. And then we're going to jump on over. I'm going to bring my special guests on. So these are some of the ladies who are a part of our network. We have a couple of them are full-time entrepreneurs. Some of them are part-time entrepreneurs, startups, all different kinds of businesses are available on the network. So what I want you to do is jump over to GoGirls.com, list your business as a business member, or you can just become a member and join our email list and stay connected with us. So I am excited to have one of my dear friends with me. We're going to laugh and have a lot of fun while we do this. Someone told me that we're going to be like the Golden Girls. I told them they'd lie because we're not going to be old on no rocking chairs looking at each other when we like 70 years old. All right. If anything, we're going to be traveling the world. But my great friend and someone that I really admire and am happy about her business, Miss Yolanda McElroy. Hey, Yolanda.
Hey, Celeste. Hi, everyone.
Yeah,
Girl, I agree with you. We're not gonna be no Golden Girls.
no, we are not going to be. If we're going to be some lit girls. We're going to be having fun and looking beautiful and enjoying life when we wake up.
Hey, man, you are
And
right, right.
so what I want you all to know is that Yolanda and I have been friends since like 1993, maybe 92, 93, 94, like way.
We were 94
Yeah,
because it was before I came out in 1994, out of school in 94. So maybe around 92.
yes, because I moved to Columbus, Ohio in 1992, right after I graduated from college. And so we met. I was in grad school and we met. And I mean, you can tell somebody that's been a long-term friend because we've been not only friends, but we've been actually roommates and we still like each other. Oh my goodness. We've been through, her family has kind of adopted me as, I would say I'm almost like a part of the family, but I actually am like a part of the family.
That would be
Her
true.
family treats me, you know, her dad calls my son Peanut. But even when we were roommates, Yolanda liked to write and she had these binders, like not like this kind of binder, but this kind of binder full of poetry that she had written. And I was very excited when she told me that she was going to be publishing her first children's book. And so if you see that beautiful banner in the back, there is her book, 10 Fingers, 10 Toes. Now tell us about your book, Yolanda.
10 Fingers, 10 Toes is my very, very first children's book, and it will not be the last. Okay, so let me back up a little bit. You were saying about those binders. Let me tell you a story that got me eventually to those binders and then eventually to a kid's book. So, my mom, I'm going to go all the way back to my mother. My mom once told me that I came home from school from like some little kindergarten, one of those small little classes, that I came home from school crying because everybody else could read and I couldn't.
Wow.
Now, I don't remember that part, but I do remember playing. Her and I were playing. I remember we were playing Trace the Letters, and we were playing Color in the Number and different things. In my young mind, we were just having fun. We were just playing. But she was actually taking steps to correct my inability to read. She was actually helping me to read. So I don't remember the tears that she told me I cried, but I do remember those games. I remember us going to the library every week, and I had a tote bag, and I could have as many books. I could borrow as many books as my tote bag could carry. I remember her doing certain things that helped instill within me a love for words and for reading. Fast forward a little bit later on in life, by this time I was in advanced placement kind of English classes, and I always enjoyed the writing and the literary kind of stuff. And I was writing poetry. Another close friend got me moving along the poetry lines, and I would recite on stage a rap with three other friends of mine. A friend had written a rap in support of Jesse Jackson for president back in the day. I was rapping on stage about apartheid. You might be on mute, Celeste.
OMG. So, do you remember the words to this rap?
Yes.
Oh, you got to do it. You got to do some of it. Just one line.
I remember a little. Okay, shout out to Lena Arnold. Oh, y'all have to go and Google Lena Arnold on Instagram. Lena Arnold is the one who wrote this.
Okay, I want to hear.
Here we are now, repping about apartheid. You gotta let us free. Is what the Africans cried. You can't hold the pressure. And something. I don't remember all of it, but it was about apartheid.
Oh my God! I didn't know you were a rapper. That was something you kept from me.
Yeah, it needed to be kept.
All right,
but it was Lena, another close friend, had a really significant writing ability. And through her, I got into more circles that kind of helped hone the writing. I started writing poetry when I was young. My mom gave me a blue binder, an empty blue binder, something that you could probably get from a thrift store for a dime, or that you have around your house constantly, just an empty binder. But to me, it was very precious because it showed that my mother recognized a writing ability, and that she also recognized I had papers all everywhere and I needed to collect them. So that's the beginning of the binders. My mom unfortunately passed back in 2018. And after she passed, I recognized life is very, very fragile and it doesn't last forever. And so since I have this God-given ability in me, I don't want to take all this stuff to the grave. I had written a children's book without really intending to write a children's book. It just kind of downloaded into me all in one sitting. I didn't labor over the words, and I had written it and put it off into the corner somewhere. But after mom passed, I said, I'm going to start pulling out some of these things that I've always wanted to do because there's no reason why I'm not doing it. You and another friend encouraged me to go and find an illustrator. I'm a bit of an introvert, even though I can be extroverted. So I had a hard time on socializing to go and find an illustrator. So with the help of you and Tracy, y'all pushed me. I went out on Facebook. I found a author and writer and illustrator group, and that's where I met Tyrus Gaucher. Tyrus is located out of Chicago, and he is the most fabulous illustrator, in my opinion. And he helped bring my book to light.
Yes, and one of the things I wanted to ask you about, and some questions are coming to me as we're going. I know at one point and I see this changing in you. Like there would be times where you would like just be laboring over a choice of what you should do, and is this the right thing to do?
Yeah.
And so can you talk a little bit about how, I mean, you're still very careful and responsible, but how allowing some of those restrictions to loosen a little bit, how that has allowed your business to blossom and grow, and what new opportunities have come out of you, like.
Girl, that's a big question. We're gonna have to do a part 2 of the video to get into all of that.
Okay.
Let me summarize it to say that by nature, I'm a pretty conservative type of responsible, do the right thing, stay in the middle of the road for the most part kind of personality type. But even that got a little bit warped through some of my associations. So once I broke some negative associations out of my life, and then COVID is crazy. And these COVID crazy times, people are dropping, and I don't mean to be insensitive if anyone out there is struggling right now, but COVID is crazy. And I recognize time is short. So why belabor doing stuff? Just go do it. I am a Christian woman, and I believe that God is in my life. And the word says that he would prosper the work of my hands. Right. And before I would take that too stringently, and I would not want to step out, not want to make a mistake. But the opinion that I have now is I can't tell all the time if it's the Lord unless I make a move. So I need to be in motion. And if I am out of his will, he can correct me, but I need to be in motion. So that answer your question?
Yes, definitely so.
Wait, I'm sorry about the COVID being crazy. Time is short. And if I'm going to do some of these things, I have tons of ideas. I believe I'm like the best idea person. I'm like idea central. But I, for a long time, didn't take any steps toward putting into action my ideas. Well, when all of this coronavirus stuff started spreading like wildfire everywhere, and I'm thinking, Yolanda, you're going to run out of time if you don't get moving. So I am working on aggressively taking action. And another thing, a few of my friends got together and we started holding accountability sessions where we would say what was a project that we individually wanted to do, and the others would hold us accountable on pushing forward on it. And that helped me tremendously.
Yes. And so I'm one of those people in that group. So
yes.
But we hold each other accountable. And I would suggest to anybody who is trying to push a business forward, you need to get some accountability, some real accountability people. I mean, yes, we're fans of each other, but we really do hold each other accountable and be like, well, you said you was going to do such and such and such. And Yolanda is one that will call me, just to check. And I know I'm like, shoot, I better make sure I get my stuff done. But it's good to have that accountability group. So this is not my last question, but I want you to share, like, how can people get your book? And what I might do is go ahead and pop your website up here.
Absolutely. Are they able to see my name, Yolanda McElroy, -mochaprism.com? All right. The name of my company is Mocha Prism. You can check my website, mochaprism.com. And if you click the store link on my website, it'll take you directly to a link. Isn't that the cutest something? I love this website. The artwork is just beautiful.
Okay, so you said click the shop?
Yep, if they go to the shop link, or actually, let's go to 10 Fingers first.
Okay.
All right, so here on the 10 Fingers page, you can get one signed copy. You can obtain a regular unsigned copy. And then the ebook and everything else is there. If you'll click the regular unsigned $13.99, I think it's right below. Yep. And then that'll take you directly off to where you can purchase it.
Okay. So one thing that I noticed about your book that and we talked about this a little bit is that you are there's a boy and his dad, and you're representing African American males in your books. Tell us, we didn't really hear yet what the book is about. So can you tell us the storyline? Because it's like a couple weeks before Christmas, and people have a chance to um, get a different kind of book with brown people on the front of it. Where we typically see books with girls, a lot of girl related books. This to me is a unique opportunity to even share the love of reading with boys with images that look like them. So tell us a little bit about the book.
Absolutely, absolutely. 10 Fingers, 10 Toes is a short little whimsical story about a child and his father. And it focuses in on how precious a little child is in the sight of the mighty God. I can actually, it's such a short little book. I'm going to go ahead and just recite the little book. But I'm going to do some little hand motions too. So it's 10 fingers, 10 toes, formed just right and precious in the sight of the mighty God. 10 fingers, 10 toes, 2 eyes shining bright and precious in the sight of the mighty God. 10 fingers, 10 toes, 2 eyes shining bright, tiny button nose that everybody likes, and precious in the sight of the mighty God. 2 hands to clap, 2 feet to pat. I'm made like that, and I'm precious in the sight of the mighty God. Yes, I'm precious in the sight of the mighty God. That is what the book is about. I think it's the cutest little book. And I believe that the little hand motions, even though you can't see my full body doing them, are so inspired as well. And I love that the book has opened up opportunities for me to go to childcare places when, COVID ain't acting crazy. Mm-hmm. The illustrations are just absolutely beautiful. And seeing that God is very hard to illustrate, I took the wisdom of my illustrator to try it and not go there. So we have beautiful illustrations of a child with a father, where a child may not yet know about God, but maybe if they have a positive relationship with their own father, the parent would have an opportunity to express the parallel of how a good relationship with a father is similar to the good relationship that our Heavenly Father would like to have with us. So that's what 10 Fingers, 10 Toes is all about. And I look forward to everyone checking out a copy off of Amazon or off of my website, mochaprism.com.
Yes, I'm so excited about your book, and I just want to encourage anybody who's watching the live now or watching the replay to definitely get a copy of 10 Fingers, 10 Toes. And then Yolanda has another book. She has
4
10 Fingers, 10 Toes, and then she has a poetry book. Oh, she actually has other books too. So these books are like workbooks. You can go ahead and talk about those two, and then I want to talk about the poetry book last.
All right, sounds good. Okay, so 10 Fingers, 10 Toes just kind of dropped into my spirit years ago. But after I self-published this, oh, I didn't mention that. There's so much to say. So rather than standing in line for years and begging a traditional publisher to consider that I'm worth publishing, I decided to self-publish this book myself. Through that process, I've learned a lot about the self-publishing, how to self-publish. And I am available to coach other people. I'm just now starting out down that path. But if others are interested in learning about the self-publishing process, please reach out to me at mochaprism.com, and maybe I can also help you make your book become a reality. That was book number one, but I recognized in doing that book that I missed the opportunity to help little toddlers and kindergartners learn how to count. And so these small little books are just workbooks that help to address that. The books offer an opportunity for a little one to color a number, trace the number, count the items on the page. Small little workbook. It's also available off of my website. And so is I Can Count to 10. It's just another one, similar type of workbook, activities, coloring, tracing. That's it for that. And then we have the poetry book.
Yes. And so I'm going to start this off and give, when Yolanda, those thick binders, she would write poetry and she collected it all in these binders. And so she had talked about wanting to formulate them in a book. And so those of you who know or may not know, one of my main gift areas is in the area of graphic design. And so, and I put books together for people. And so when that opportunity came about, I was like, yeah, I want to help do your book. So put that up again so they can see.
I think this book is so beautiful. I mean, y'all look at the cover of this. It's just gorgeous. This book, whoop,
That's okay. Hey.
This the title on this one is Fret Not My Child. So I went through a stage in life where I was depressed. I wouldn't say I was clinical, but I sure was depressed.
Mm-hmm.
And part of it was connected to just some bad associations that I had in my life at the time. But I was introverted as well. So I wouldn't necessarily talk to people, and here I am depressed. But God, man, he could really use a pen and a sheet of paper. So rather than talking to people, I would write poetry. I would journal, and that was my self-help method. It was very useful to me to get some of the thoughts out of my head and onto the paper. But I recognized later on, looking back, that though I may have been writing things out and I would write out prayers to God, when I would look back over the poems, I could see that he was answering back. He was replying back to me in the poems that I myself was writing. So Fret Not My Child is the name of one of the poems that I hold most dear. It was such an encouragement to me. And if we have time, I'll even read that one poem. But that one poem was very, very encouraging to me. And during these crazy Corona times, my hope is that a poem that encouraged me, maybe, just maybe, it might encourage someone else.
Yes. And just reading through the poems, they're very encouraging. I like that you used writing to kind of help you make it through and survive, what you call a bad relationship, bad associations. I'm calling them toxic associations.
Girl, I'm trying to be nice.
Well, I mean, I think that people, in reality, we all have had or may somebody listening may be in a toxic situation, whether we call it bad, toxic, whatever. It's harmful, but I love that you found God in the middle of the situation and that you found a way to get through the situation. And then you didn't waste the situation wasn't wasted. Like there was
Absolutely not.
that came out of the situation that will in turn may encourage somebody else who is going through.
And you know, the ironic thing, some of the persons that were causing discomfort in my life were also the persons who encouraged me to write. So God doesn't waste a thing. He doesn't waste a thing. And sometimes people can cause others pain unintentionally.
Right.
And I truly believe that that was the case in my particular situation. I don't believe that it was intentional.
Right.
But I'm glad that God didn't waste the tears.
Mm-hmm. Amen. So I would like to hear the poem.
I wrote a poem about it. Here we go.
There you go.
All right. Fret not, my child. Fret not, my child, for I am near thee. I have healed and delivered thee. Continue to seek hard after me, and I will receive you to glory. Fret not, my child, for I have given you rest. Abide in my spirit, and be ye blessed. Trust and believe in what I say, and walk uprightly in my way. Fret not, my child, for I am your guide. I will lead you in paths upright. So follow me, trust and obey, and in my word forever stay. Fret not, my child, for I love you. Believe that I have brought you through. Believe that I have answered your call. Believe, and you will never fall. Fret not, my child. Available off of Amazon.com and off of my website, mochaprism.com. Everybody who heard this would be encouraged.
Yes. And I was going to tell you, you got some comments in the chat. So I want you to hear what some people who are watching. Hold on one second. Let me fix. All right. So let's see comments. Okay. So I hope I'm saying this right. Prishka Musindi.
Priska. Hi,
Yeah.
Priska.
She's on there. She said, Yolanda is so inspiring.
Oh,
Jimmy Logan. You know,
yes.
Jimmy Logan says, awesome, Yolanda. Alvin, I can't say this one.
That's my pastor.
All right, hey, Pastor. I want you to know you have a great parishioner. She invites me and sends me all of well, not all of them, but ones that she knows I'm dealing with something. She sends me the recordings. And I guess Salone.
Salwani. That's First Lady. She's awesome.
First Lady, yeah. They're cheering you on and saying, whoop, whoop.
Oh, thank you, everyone. I really appreciate y'all listening in to the live stream. Y'all gonna make me cry.
Okay, shout out your church.
Whoop, whoop.
No, tell us the name of the church, where you're located.
Soul Restoration Ministry, such an awesome ministry. I really appreciate Soul Restoration Ministry because it helped me to heal from some inner wounds, and I'm still being healed. And anybody who's listening, if you don't have a church home, check out Soul Restoration Ministry on Facebook and on YouTube. Pastor Alvin.
And they're located in Columbus, Ohio, but due to the nature of everything that's going on, you can tune in to their services
Yes. Services are held online. You can stream on Facebook on Sundays at 10 a.m., Wednesdays at 7 p.m., and Fridays at 8 p.m. I don't know if the links are available for Friday. So if you're interested in the Friday prayer, hit me up on mochaprism.com or on my Facebook page, and I'll give you the insider links for those.
So I'm excited, Yolanda. So now, I'm thankful that you came on. I know this was like stepping out of your comfort zone, but you did an amazing job. And I think you're going to inspire others who are introverts, who have, I mean, to me, like writing is an extrovert gift because it's putting it out there. But if you're trapped in an introvert body, it's just like, okay, I'm going to write this stuff. And even for you to recite your poems and read on Facebook Live, go on YouTube, and so I'm really proud of that, and I'm thankful, one, that we've met first of all, and that we've been able to maintain a friendship for
years. Girl, yeah. I love you. I appreciate you. Yes, yes. Okay, so next time you got to invite me back on your show so I can interview you about Geaux Girlz.
Yes. We will schedule that, and that is something that I've been thinking about: is who can I get to mix it up a little bit? So you might have to interview some other people too.
Oh, okay. I'm in. You helping me come out of my shell, so I really appreciate you. I appreciate all my more extroverted friends. Think about taking a step. Once you take one step, you end up running. So I got like all this backlog of books and everything, and now I'm out the gate. Watch out, world.
Right. So just as a reminder, before we go, I want to make sure that if you have young children, or if you collect, like I collect books with Black characters on it, just because I want them around me. And as an artist, that's inspirational to see Tyrus's work. But if you have children, grandchildren, your neighbor, a daycare center, before we go, and I know we're about 30 minutes in, and I promised you I wouldn't keep you on here this long. Can you talk about, I noticed on your website you had a package where people could buy like books in bulk. Can you talk about that a little bit, and where you're going with this? Because I think sometimes we have not because we don't ask. And so I think if we put it out there, then that might be a way to really get some people thinking about how they can bless maybe some kids in their neighborhood with some books, or maybe a hospital ward where children are ill, they can get them a book.
Thank you, Celeste, for asking me that. Right now, as far as I know so far, 10 Fingers, 10 Toes has been read by children in 6 different countries so far. The United States of America, the UK, Canada, India, Jamaica, and Lesotho, Africa. My desire is that donors and sponsors, I'm working on packaging material right now, but my desire is that should a donor or a sponsor be interested in purchasing 10 Fingers, 10 Toes in bulk quantities, the opportunity is there available for you. If you go to my website, mochaprism.com, on the shop page and on the 10 Finger page, there's a book bundle, 100 bundle of books, where we can negotiate where if you provide a tax ID number, your tax, the sales tax can be waived, and the items can be shipped for you to donate to an organization in bulk. I would love to partner with more organizations who are looking for positive themed, beautiful books that you can gift to, say, foster child associations or literacy programs. I would love to be one of the authors that you reach out to where you can obtain this book at a discounted rate off of regular retail, and you can give it to the child organization of your choice.
Mm-hmm. Now, I know that you said, I remember, and I'm just remembering back, I know that someone has already taken you up on that. And what country did those books go to?
Some books were donated to Jamaica as a part of that program by an anonymous donor.
Yes. And so what I'm going to challenge some of my people who may be watching, if you're an attorney, if you're a doctor, if you're, it's the end of the year and you might be looking for a way to do something positive or to help somebody during the Christmas holidays before the end of the year, I'm going to encourage you to reach out to Yolanda. And if you don't have an organization to donate the books to, the Geaux Girlz Network will find and match an organization to help you do that. And I want to encourage you to reach out to her, help her spread this message of love and worth and value to children across the world.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Celeste.
Oh, you are so welcome. So look, we are going to wrap this up. What would you say to a person, an introvert, who feels like they want to move forward and with publishing a book or with doing any type of venture, and they feel like they're being held back? What would you tell them?
The only one truly holding you back is yourself. And you don't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be a perfect step. You don't even have to get the first step entirely correct. Just take a step. And step 1 will lead to step 2. And step 2 will lead to step 3. Revise and correct as you go, but just take that first step.
Wow. Thank you, Yolanda. Whew. That's going to help somebody greatly. And I thank you again for joining us. And those of you out there, again, hit her up at mochaprism.com. I'm Celeste Payne with the Geaux Girlz Network. If you are a woman in business and you're looking to expand your brand, connect with like-minded women, and actually put your products in a virtual marketplace that is poised to really reach many, many new customers, please visit the website, GeauxGirlz.com, and jump on. Right now, there's a free listing. I've been talking with my attorney, and she's forcing me to make some changes, not really drastic changes, but making some changes to ensure the viability and longevity of the network. And so if I were you, I would go ahead and jump on it now. I do want to announce another event before we go. Let me see if I can find the flyer. I'm going to tell you about it, and then I'm going to post the flyer later. But it's on from July, not July, I'm saying July, January, get it together, girl. January 4th through the 8th, we're going to start a 2021 Vision Challenge. But it's going to be different because I normally do vision boards, but we're going to do a painting. So our week, we're going to spend planning it. It's called Plan It, Paint It, Live It. That's the name of it. It's Plan It, Paint It, and Live It. So we're going to spend some time planning out our 2021 vision. And then I have some painting kits that I will be mailing out to those people who register for the event. And you'll have an actual painting party on Saturday, January the 9th. We'll go on Zoom and paint that vision that we've come up with, and we've kind of marinated for the week through the activities that I'll be emailing out to you. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be posted up on the Geaux Girlz website this week and through social media. If you are watching the video, I would like for you to like the Geaux Girlz page. Please like it and share this video so we can get Yolanda's books where they need to be. Thank you again. I'm Celeste Payne with the Geaux Girlz Network. And go ahead.
And I'm Yolanda McElroy with Mocha Prism.
Yes, and I will be back with you next Thursday with another inspiring woman in business who will be sharing their products and services. Until next time, have a great, great evening and a dynamic week.